The world of entertainment has once again been touched by sadness as we say goodbye to several beloved celebrities whose deaths have been reported today. These remarkable individuals spent their lives entertaining, inspiring, and connecting with millions of people around the globe through their talent, passion, and dedication. Whether on the big screen, television, music stage, or in the world of sports and culture, each of them leaves behind a legacy that will continue to live on in the hearts of fans for years to come. In today's video, we'll take a respectful look at the celebrities who have passed away today, reflecting on their lives, careers, and the impact they made on the world. As we remember their achievements, join us as we pay tribute to these extraordinary individuals and honor the memories they leave behind. Let's begin. Enschede. Enschede dies at 77. Enschede, the actress best known for playing Kate Tanner on the hit 1980s sitcom Alf, has died. She was 77. Her family confirmed the passing on her Facebook page, writing, "It is with the heaviest of hearts that we share Annie has passed peacefully. She leaves behind an extraordinary legacy of creative energy, whip-smart humor, delight in her family, adoration for little dogs, burning hatred for Trump, passion for second-hand thrifting, and love for a good story. We are bereft without her. We loved her so much, as did all who met her." The statement continued, "She was a force. And it is unimaginable to think about life without her in it. But as she said, I'm always with you." And she's right. The memories, artwork, belly laughter, handmade jewelry, oil paintings, sculptures, costumes, and all-around joie de vivre live on. Raise a margarita in her honor. Born on January 8, 1949, in Portland, Oregon, Enschede began her career in New York, where she worked in summer stock theater and commercials. After signing a contract with Universal Pictures, she moved to Los Angeles and began appearing in several TV roles. This included a recurring part as Carol in the medical drama Emergency, and Sandy Porter in Marcus Welby, M.D. Her other credits included The Bionic Woman, Switch, Three's Company, Friends, Cheers, Paper Dolls, Simon and Simon, Magnum, P.I., Murder, She Wrote, and many more. Enschede landed her most memorable role in 1986, playing Kate Tanner on the NBC sitcom Alf across all 4 seasons. The series, which ran until March 1990, became a massive hit, spawning several spin-offs, a TV movie, and an animated show. When Alf came along, it was another pilot season, she once told the Washington Post. "I kept reading scripts. I almost got involved with one, then withdrew at the last minute. Then I read Alf. I said, this is funny. It makes me laugh. I met the people involved, I met Alf, and became more convinced I wanted to do it. That little alien made me laugh." After Alf, Enschede appeared in the films Perry Mason, The Case of the Maligned Mobster, Praying Mantis, and Heaven's Prisoners. She also had a recurring role as Detective Peggy Fraser in the CBS legal drama Judging Amy. Her last acting role came in the TV series Tiny Nuts in 2014. She is survived by her husband of 55 years, Christopher Barrett, daughter Tay Barrett, daughter-in-law Hilary Flynn, sister Sarabeth Enschede, niece Minnie Enschede, brother Roland, Tony Enschede, and sister-in-law Julianne Enschede. Margaret Carey. Margaret Carey dies at 97. Margaret Carey has died at the age of 97. Carey was the model for the original Tinker Bell in 1953's Peter Pan. She also pantomimed the role. Other credits from her long career included 2 episodes of The Andy Griffith Show, 3 installments of The Little Rascals, and her work as a radio host. The Walt Disney Archives shared the news of her passing on Instagram. Alongside photos of Carey as Tinker Bell, they wrote in part, through her memorable performances, and her enduring connection and dedication to Disney fans over the years, Margaret has helped illuminate the magic of these timeless characters, inspiring generations who believe in the power of faith, trust, and just a little bit of pixie dust. Tinker Bell's gift shop, Carey's official website, also released a statement about her passing and shared that she died on June 11. Carey was born Peggy Lynch in Springfield, Illinois, in 1929. She was adopted at 3 years old by a couple who were old enough to be her grandparents and moved to Los Angeles. Her first role was as a fairy in the 1935 film A Midsummer Night's Dream, and she appeared in 3 Our Gang shorts, also known as The Little Rascals. I was poor, she told Woman's World in 2025 about the financial motivation for her launching an acting career at such a young age. She was still in her teens when Eddie Cantor starred with her in the 1948 film If You Knew Susie. He thought her name, Peggy Lynch, didn't have any fizz, and he gave her the stage name Margaret Carey. She graduated from high school and then from Los Angeles City College, all while working in film. She starred in 2 episodes of The Andy Griffith Show. She remembered how kind Griffith was to her while speaking to Woman's World. He walked over, tugs up the waist of his trousers, becomes very businesslike, she remembered. He said, "Welcome aboard." Just like that. No fuss. Just warmth. She also worked as a voice actress for series like Clutch Cargo, The New Three Stooges and Space Angel. She told Wilma magazine in 2025 that she was always willing to do what a job called for, and that, in practice, she did a lot of training on the job. "You have to change to be what they need," she said. "You learned as you went." Carey was called in while the artists and producers were planning Peter Pan. At that time, they didn't have electronics. Everything was done by hand, she said. So, they cast a person in the role and then filmed them with 35mm film. A man would film her as she acted out scenes, in complete silence, then take that footage back to the animators. She met animator Mark Davis and asked him what he wanted from her. "I said, what do you want her to be? Ditzy like Betty Boop? Above it all like the Queen of the Angels?" Davis wouldn't let her overthink it. He said, "Margaret, we want her to be you." So, she told Woman's World, she turned Tinker Bell into a dancer. Looking back at Tinker Bell and her place in movie history, she said, "I could have been the actress who got her throat slashed in Psycho. What do you do with that? Everything that I have done, people are enjoying today. That's amazing." Oliver Tree. The American musician Oliver Tree has died in a helicopter crash in Brazil at the age of 32, according to reports. 2 helicopters collided over Rio de Janeiro on Sunday morning and crashed in the city's western zone, killing all 6 people on board, including Tree, several Brazilian media outlets reported. Rio de Janeiro's military fire department said one of the helicopters crashed on a car dealership, where several electric vehicles were parked, igniting a fire that was extinguished. Officials said an investigation was underway to determine the cause of the collision. Tree, 32, who was in Brazil on a world tour, was aboard one of the helicopters that crashed, leaving all occupants dead, a police source told AFP. The alternative singer and internet personality was listed as one of 6 people on the manifests of the 2 aircraft shared by the source, who said the victims could not be formally identified yet as they were badly burned in the crash. The passengers alongside the singer included a Brazilian music producer, Argentine video director and Argentine YouTuber Gasper Prim, known online as Gaspy. The helicopters collided mid-air in the western suburb of Recreio dos Bandeirantes before plummeting into the car park of an electric car dealership, setting ablaze about 20 cars, according to firefighters. One of the helicopters was carrying 5 people and the other only the pilot. There were no survivors. Tree, with a distinctive bowl haircut and internet persona, was known for songs including Life Goes On, Miss You, and Alien Boy. He has more than 11 million monthly listeners on Spotify, with his top songs listened to more than 700 times. He was due to play more than 70 shows across 30 countries on 7 continents during his world tour. He performed in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on June 4, and on Saturday shared a video on his Instagram playing football in a Brazilian neighborhood. In 2024 he was nominated for the International Song Brit Award alongside the German producer Robin Schulz for their song Miss You. The track peaked at number 3 in the UK singles chart. In 2020 he broke the Guinness World Record for the largest kick scooter at 4.16 meters tall and 3.13 m long. According to the Guinness World Record website, the feat was achieved to fulfill a lifelong dream. In 1936, John Scott, son of the late Guardian owner and legendary editor C.P. Scott, did something unheard of for a media heir. He gave up his stake for the greater good. After inheriting the newspaper, Scott renounced all financial benefit, bar his salary, in the Guardian, worth £1 million at the time and around £62 million today, and passed ownership over to the newly formed Scott Trust. The trust would evolve to have one key mission: to secure the financial and editorial independence of the Guardian in perpetuity. That means the Guardian can't be bought. Not by private equity, not by a conglomerate, and definitely not by a billionaire looking for a political mouthpiece. So here are 3 good reasons to make the choice to support us today. Ralph Haben. Ralph Haben dies at 84. Former Florida House Speaker Ralph Haben, a hard-charging Democrat whose deal-making and command of procedure made him one of the Capitol's most formidable figures of the early 1980s, died in Tallahassee June 13. He was 84. According to an obituary posted online, he grew up in Palmetto, where he developed a lifelong sweet tooth, working his first job at the Dairy Bar, his family's diner and ice cream shop. He went on to attend the Citadel, then earned degrees from the University of Florida and Cumberland School of Law. Haben's career long blended law and politics. He served as a prosecutor, judge and member of the Florida House before rising to Speaker in 1980-82, putting his charisma and formidable advocacy to work on behalf of his Manatee County community and the state. After leaving elected office, he built a legal practice and became an influential lobbyist. Friends and colleagues recalled how he often began hard conversations with, "Dude, here's the problem," then offered advice, his obituary said. Haben also was well known for several close calls with death. They involved a plane crash, a black widow spider bite, a near-fatal case of an illness called Hashimoto's thyroiditis, an autoimmune disease, and the sinking of a boat 12 miles offshore. Fate kept trying to schedule a meeting with Ralph, and Ralph kept rescheduling, the obituary said. It added that those who worked with him described a powerful personality behind the scenes and a disciplined presence in public. He was known for enforcing the rules on the House floor but also for a sense of humor that could cut tension in late-night sessions. A 1982 Tallahassee Democrat profile, which included photos of him talking on the phone while smoking a cigarette, said Haben has 2 character traits that helped shape this year's session. He's intensely loyal to his friends and on certain issues is stubborn with the same intensity. The story also said Haben's leadership team described D. Haben as responsible, loyal, fair and extremely funny. Haben called them brilliant, gifted people. I feel like Vince Lombardi back when he had the Green Bay Packers. Another Democrat profile in 1979 reported that before becoming Speaker he was called the John Travolta of the House by a broadcaster, and his close friends call him telephone because he uses it so much. He is witty, but serious. He runs 5 miles a day, but smokes 3 packs of cigarettes a day, the reporter wrote. He is esteemed as the best House debater, but is a famed double talker. He's a super guy, said then House Majority Leader Sam Bell, D. Daytona Beach, of the 37-year-old attorney and former judge, now the House Rules Chairman. He puts on a facade of a carefree, happy-go-lucky guy. Then you talk to him and he has in-depth knowledge of issues and he really cares. After stepping away from elective politics, he stayed plugged into campaigns and legislative battles, offering advice and sometimes tough criticism to a new generation of lawmakers. Haben was preceded in death by parents Ralph Haben Sr. and Johnny Claire Haben, according to the obituary. He is survived by his wife of 30 years, Michelle, daughter Elizabeth Watford and granddaughter Sophie Watford. Peter Hepplethwaite. Peter Hepplethwaite dies aged 59. Tributes have been paid to EastEnders actor Peter Hepplethwaite following his death at the age of 59. The London-born performer was best known for his roles in Only Fools and Horses spin-off The Green Green Grass and Coupling. His death was announced by his agents at Apollo Artist Management. No cause of death has been disclosed. In a statement shared on social media, the agency said, "We are heartbroken to share the sad news that our wonderful client and friend, Peter Hepplethwaite, passed away yesterday. Peter was a hugely gifted actor, director, teacher and mentor, with a warmth and generosity that reached far beyond the itself." The statement continued, "He brought humor, heart and complete commitment to everything he did, and he had that rare ability to make people feel seen, supported and better for having known him. His career took him across television, theater and film, but his impact was much bigger than a list of credits. Peter gave so much to other performers, especially young actors finding their confidence and their voice." Paying further tribute, the agency added, "He cared deeply, worked tirelessly, and left a mark on everyone lucky enough to cross his path. We feel incredibly proud to have represented him. Our thoughts and love are with Peter's family, friends, students, colleagues and all who loved him. Rest peacefully, Pete. You will be very deeply missed." His daughter, Georgia Hewer Hepplethwaite, also shared an emotional tribute following his death. "After the most incredible fight, our epic dad, Peter Hepplethwaite, passed away peacefully yesterday holding our hands," she wrote. "Everyone who knows Dad will know that this is a man who never gave up, loved deeply, and was just unafraid of doing absolutely everything to the fullest." She continued, "His life was shortened but immensely full of love, passion and determination that we will carry with us always. We're still in shock, so please understand if we feel too overwhelmed to respond to anything right now, but please don't feel sorry for our loss. We are beyond lucky to have had Peter Hepplethwaite as our dad. Please just share a story about him, something you will remember him for, something we can smile about." After graduating from the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art in 1999, Hepplethwaite built a varied career across television and theater. His early screen credits included 2.4 Children and a role as Lionel in EastEnders. He later became best known to many viewers as Jed in The Green Green Grass, the Only Fools and Horses spin-off, appearing alongside John Shallis and Sue Holderness across 30 episodes. Dee Palmer. Dee Palmer died aged 88. Former Jethro Tull arranger and keyboardist Dee Palmer has died, aged 88, after a period of illness. Jethro Tull's Ian Anderson paid tribute to Palmer, saying, "We learned today of the sad passing of former Tull member Dee Palmer, who died at home in Shropshire, supported by some family members at the bedside. Dee had not been well during the last couple of years, but last time we spoke earlier in the year, was still planning to record with an orchestra the music score of the ballet The Water's Edge, which Dee, Martin Barr and I had written for performances by the Scottish Ballet in 1979. I had agreed to play flute on the new recording and assumed it was delayed but still on the cards. Dee first had written brass section parts and conducted them on the track Move On Alone, written by Mick Abrahams. For our first album, this was back in 1968. A few months later, I asked her to come up with the lovely string quartet arrangement for A Christmas Song, which was released on the B-side of our single Love Story in November 1969. Following on during the next years, Dee was to continue in the arranger and conductor role, notably on The Aqualung, War Child, Minstrel in the Gallery and Too Old to Rock and Roll albums, eventually joining Tull as second keyboard player, covering all the string parts on electronic keyboards from 1976 until 1980. Born in Hendon on July 2, 1937, Palmer studied at the Royal Academy of Music, winning the Eric Coates Prize and the Boosey and Hawkes Prize. She was later appointed a Fellow of the Royal Academy of Music in 1994. Palmer's early work in the industry was arranging and conducting recording sessions, and her first album project was Bert Jansch's 1968 release, Nicola. She came to the attention of Jethro Tull, having been recommended to the band's then-manager, Terry Ellis, who offered her work on This Was. Having worked as an arranger on some of the band's seminal 1970s albums, Palmer joined the band officially as a keyboardist in 1976, recording songs from The Wood, Heavy Horses and Stormwatch. Following the dissolution of the classic mid-late 1970s lineup for the band, ahead of the recording of 1980's A album, Palmer formed Talus with fellow Tull keyboardist John Evan, although despite initial interest, no recording deal was forthcoming. A Talus album by the name of An Alia Musica Spiro was released through A New Day Records in 2021, featuring both Palmer and Evan and with contributions from Barrymore Barlow, John Glassick and Gordon Giltrap. Palmer worked on various albums of orchestral arrangements of the music of Tull, Genesis, Pink Floyd, Yes and more, and in 2018 released her own solo album, Through Darkened Glass. Alden Smith. Alden Smith dies aged 36. The San Francisco 49ers, who selected Smith as the 7th pick of the 2011 draft, confirmed his death, but the cause has not been revealed. Smith spent 4 seasons with the 49ers, helping them to 3 NFC championship games, and a season apiece with the Oakland Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. He played 75 regular season games in his career and retired in 2023. "We are devastated by the sudden and tragic passing of Alden Smith," read a 49ers statement. Alden's undeniable talent and sheer dominance on the field were on display from the moment he joined our organization, having recorded one of the best rookie seasons the National Football League has seen. Beyond his excellence as a player, Alden will be remembered for his infectious smile that lit up every room he walked into. Smith was named in the NFL's All-Rookie team in 2011 after registering the second most sacks, 14, by a rookie in a single season since 1982. The following season he was selected for the Pro Bowl and earned first-team All-Pro honors. However, his career was disrupted by off-field issues, with multiple arrests on suspicion of driving under the influence, DUI, possessing illegal weapons, and domestic violence. Smith was suspended in 2014 after violating the NFL's substance abuse policy before being released by the 49ers in 2015 following a DUI arrest. Joining the Raiders later that year, he made only 9 appearances before receiving an indefinite suspension for substance abuse. He missed the 2016 and 2017 campaigns and was released by the Raiders in 2018. Smith returned to the NFL with the Cowboys in 2020. He made 16 starts and had a 4th-month stint with the Seattle Seahawks in 2021 without making an appearance. Ronnie Schell. Ronnie Schell dies at 94. Ronnie Schell, the versatile actor known for his comedic work in Gomer Pyle, USMC, and That Girl, died Friday in Los Angeles of natural causes, his publicist confirmed to Variety. He was 94. Known for his work in film, TV, and on stage as a comedian, the San Francisco native amassed over 140 credits over the course of his decades-spanning career. He is perhaps best remembered for his run of 60s shows, from starring in 92 episodes of Gomer Pyle, USMC, as Duke Slater to 3 episodes of That Girl, alongside Marlo Thomas. During that time period, he made appearances on The Patty Duke Show and The Andy Griffith Show. He co-starred with Goldie Hawn on Good Morning World. Schell's career as a performer started after auditioning for San Francisco's Purple Onion nightclub while he was still a senior at San Francisco State University. He also enlisted in the Air Force. Beyond his on-screen work, which included roles in Fatal Instinct, The Devil and Max Devlin, and The Revenge of the Red Baron, Schell was known as a voice performer for Cat from Outer Space, Jetsons, Rover Dangerfield, Battle of the Planets, and Goober and the Ghost Chasers. Additionally, he was credited as a dialogue coach on 1984's All of Me, directed by Carl Reiner. His most recent appearances included the TV shows See Ya and Kaplan's Corner. He also starred in the musical comedy Don't Leave It All to Your Children. Schell is survived by his wife Janet, sons Gregory and Christian and a granddaughter, Chiara. Charlie Dolan. Charlie Dolan dies aged 42. Charlie Dolan, the extraordinary winner of the last Vendée Globe single-handed around the world race, has died aged 42. His family announced today that the legendary French yachtsman has died, after revealing last year that he was being treated for a rare cancer. It is with deep sadness that my family and I announce the passing of my husband, Charlie Dolan, following a long illness, Dolan's wife Perrine Lepape told French news service AFP. Charlie Dolan was one of the most incredible ocean racing talents of his generation. Born in Le Havre, France in 1984, he grew up immersed in sailing, racing optimists then 420s as a teenager. After school he moved to England to study naval architecture at Southampton University, and regularly raced on both sides of the Channel, including the Mum 30 Tour de France à la Voiles, and events such as Cowes Week, the Commodore's Cup and Round the Island race on the FAR 52's Chernihiv 2 and Bear of Britain. After moving into short-handed offshore racing, Dolan finished second in his first solo Mini 650 race, the Les Sables Azores race, then raced in the Mini Transat, before moving up to the Figaro class. In the Figaro he podiumed for 5 consecutive years, 2014-2018, in the legendary Solitaire du Figaro race, racing closely against many who would go on to be his nearest rivals in the IMOCA class, including 2 times Figaro winner Johan Richam. But it was his results in the IMOCA that made him a true household name in France. With his first IMOCA Apivia he won the 2019 Transat Jacques Weber, before starting his first Vendée Globe in 2020. Dolan sailed an incredible race in Apivia, leading the Vendée Globe for 37 days in total. He reported some foil damage south of Australia, but it wasn't until the boat arrived in Les Sables d'Olonne that it became obvious that the foil had been literally hanging by a thread, supported by improvised stays Dolan had rigged, and repeatedly adjusted and maintained for 13,000 miles and 44 days. Dolan and Apivia were first to cross the finish line in the 2020-21 Vendée Globe, but due to redress awarded to boats that assisted in the rescue of Kevin Escoffier, the ultimate winner was Yannick Bestaven. Dolan, who had achieved a lifetime goal on the first attempt, was utterly gracious in congratulating Bestaven for his win. He and his sponsors planned a renewed campaign for the 2024 race, building and launching a new IMOCA, Massif. I was enormously privileged to sail with Dolan on Massif at the Le Défi Speed Trials, and he proudly gave me an in-depth tour of the boat afterwards. David Hockney. David Hockney dies at 88. British painter David Hockney, whose vibrant portraits and sun-drenched depictions of the everyday made him one of contemporary art's most beloved figures, has died at 88. The artist died, peacefully at home, on Thursday, 1 month short of his 89th birthday, according to a statement provided to CNN by his longtime publicist Erica Bolton. Born in Bradford, UK, in 1937, Hockney attended his local art school before studying at the prestigious Royal College of Art in London. Successful from the earliest stages of his career, he soon relocated to Los Angeles, where he would spend much of the 1960s and eventually settle. While teaching at various U.S. colleges, he established himself as a key figure in the pop art movement. Like many of his contemporaries, Hockney injected his work with bright colors and dancing lines. But while the likes of Andy Warhol, who was just 9 years his senior, turned their focus to commercialism and consumer society, Hockney appeared more concerned with his immediate surroundings. His deeply personal realist style was characterized by self-portraits, still lives and depictions of friends and lovers, and, later, his dachshund Stanley and Budgie, whom he immortalized in a series of paintings and an accompanying book. Having come out as gay in his early 20s, a time when homosexuality was still outlawed in England, he also explored sexuality through playfully explicit images and almost mundane snapshots of domestic life, men showering or quietly sitting together. Among his best-known works from this period are a series of light-filled swimming pool paintings that seem to freeze a moment in time. But his oeuvre was diverse, spanning photography, printmaking and stage design for ballet and opera productions. He went on to produce photo collages in the 1980s, and many of his later, and often more abstract, landscape paintings were also well received. Hockney held on to much of his own work, and established an eponymous foundation to manage it. Those paintings that did go to market have soared in value in recent years. In 2018, Portrait of an Artist, Pool with Two Figures, fetched $90.3 million to become, if only briefly, the most expensive work by a living artist ever to sell at auction. The next year, his double portrait, Henry Geldzahler and Christopher Scott, went for $49.5 million at Christie's, while his 1980 landscape painting, Nichols Canyon, went on to fetch over $41 million. Kenny Jackett. Kenny Jackett died at 64. The League Managers Association has confirmed that former Watford captain and Wales international Kenny Jackett has breathed his last at the age of 64. Watford-born Jackett made 428 appearances for his hometown club and earned 31 caps for Wales. A memorable left-sided defender, he was part of the Watford team that accomplished top-flight promotion under Graham Taylor and played in the 1984 FA Cup final against Everton. A glimpse into Kenny Jackett's journey. The 64-year-old's career spanned prematurely at 28 due to persistent knee injuries, following which he transitioned into coaching and management at Watford. Jackett started building his respected managerial career across English football. He guided Swansea City to promotion in 2004-05 and secured the Football League trophy in 2006. At Millwall, he won the League One playoff title in 2010, and later led Wolverhampton Wanderers to the League One championship in 2013-14 with a record 103 points. Moreover, he accomplished success with Portsmouth, winning the EFL trophy in 2018-19. Clubs including Swansea, Watford, Wolves, Rotherham, Leyton Orient, and Portsmouth paid tribute, calling him as a highly respected leader who left a lasting impact on players and staff. Watford described him, a local lad who lived and breathed the Hornets, while Millwall stated he would be remembered as one of their greatest managers. Additionally, Wolves and others expressed immense sadness at his passing. Later on, Jackett served in senior football roles such as Director of Football at Gillingham, leaving the role in 2024 for medical reasons. Kenny Jackett cause of death. The exact medical cause of Kenny Jackett's death remains undisclosed. It was confirmed that Hollands had been facing health challenges in recent years. Jane Yolen. Jane Yolen dies at 87. Prolific author Jane Yolen died in Hatfield, Massachusetts, on Thursday, June 11. She was 87. Yolen's daughter, Heidi Stempel, announced in an Instagram post on June 11 that the author had died. "Please know that she passed gently with no pain or stress," Stempel wrote. The author, known for her work in children's literature, began her career in 1963 with Pirates in Petticoats. From that point on, she would go on to write and publish 450 books. Her final book, Terror Birds, is set to be released posthumously on July 14. Yolen penned 40 novels, multiple book series, and hundreds of poems. She is known for her 1988 Holocaust novella, The Devil's Arithmetic, which earned her a World Fantasy Award. Before The Devil's Arithmetic, she was president of the Science Fiction Writers Association, according to her website. She ran her own young adult fiction imprint at Harcourt Brace from 1990 to 1996, and served on the board of directors of the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators for over 25 years. Throughout her career, she was awarded 6 honorary doctorates, and the 1990 New England Science Fiction Association Skylark Award, the 2009 World Fantasy Award for Life Achievement, the 2010 Riesling Award for Grand Master Poet, and the 2017 Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Association's Grand Master Award. She has mentored, inspired, and nurtured so many authors and illustrators through her words both on the page and off, her daughter wrote in the announcement. But, beyond that, she was our mother and grandmother. Never miss a story. Sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what People has to offer, from celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. Yolan was predeceased by her husband of 44 years, David W. Stemple, in 2006. She is survived by her children Heidi, Adam and Jason. Dwayne Mitchells. Dwayne Mitchells died at 94. Provocative, influential, and prolific American photographer Dwayne Mitchells has passed away at 94. Mitchell's gallerist, D.C. Moore Gallery, confirmed the artist's death at a hospital on June 9. One of the most influential photographic innovators of the 20th century, Mitchells is widely celebrated for his work with sequences, multiple exposures, and text, D.C. Moore Gallery writes. Mitchells first made significant, creative strides in the field of photography during the 1960s. In an era heavily influenced by photojournalism and Henri Cartier-Bresson's decisive moment, Mitchells manipulated the medium to communicate narratives. Born in Pennsylvania in 1932, Mitchells graduated from the University of Denver with a degree in graphic design. He spent 2 years in the United States Army, stationed in Germany. Mitchells moved to New York City in the 1950s, where he lived for the rest of his life. Mitchells, openly gay long before it was socially or culturally accepted, lived with his partner, architect Frederick Gary, for more than 50 years. They were married from 2011 until Gary died in 2017. He traveled to the USSR in 1958 with a borrowed camera, discovering his love of photography. After taking portraits of the many people he met on his trip, Mitchells returned to New York City with a new goal, to become a professional photographer. He held his first solo exhibition in 1963. In 1964, Mitchells made his celebrated series, Empty New York. Mitchells was well known for using text as a significant component of his photographic works. The photographer often wrote directly onto his prints, adding poetic context to the artwork. "I believe the only true knowledge is through experience," Mitchells said. "You read a love story, and then you fall in love, then you realize the difference. I want to know what something feels like, not what it looks like." He was a boundary-pushing photographer throughout his career. Beyond including text on his prints, Mitchells also incorporated painting, collage, sculpture, and motion pictures into his photography. The focus changes constantly. And the more it changes and the older I get, the less sure I am about everything and the less I seem to know. I seem to ask more questions. I'm completely bewildered, Mitchells said. That also is a kind of wisdom, allowing oneself to unlearn. My work is about the absurdity of this condition. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is one of the most recognizable and influential actors in modern cinema. Over a career spanning more than 5 decades, he has captivated audiences through iconic roles, remarkable performances, and an enduring screen presence. As one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, public interest in his life and well-being remains strong, particularly as he continues to work well into his later years. Born in Chicago, Illinois, Harrison Ford began his acting career in the 1960s before achieving worldwide fame through his portrayal of Han Solo in the Star Wars franchise. His charismatic performance transformed the character into one of the most celebrated figures in film history. Soon afterward, Ford further cemented his status as a Hollywood legend through his portrayal of Indiana Jones, the adventurous archaeologist whose exploits entertained generations of moviegoers. Throughout his career, Ford has demonstrated exceptional versatility. In addition to action and adventure films, he has appeared in thrillers, dramas, and romantic films. His performances in movies such as Blade Runner, Witness, The Fugitive, Air Force One, and many others have earned critical acclaim and commercial success. His ability to portray determined, intelligent, and relatable characters has made him one of the most respected actors in the entertainment industry. As Ford has grown older, many fans have naturally become interested in his health and well-being. This concern is not unusual for public figures who have spent decades in the spotlight. Audiences often feel a strong connection to actors whose work has been part of their lives for many years. When such figures reach advanced ages, discussions about their health frequently emerge among fans and media outlets. Despite the physical demands of many of his roles, Ford has continued to demonstrate remarkable dedication to his profession. Even in his later years, he has remained active in major film and television productions. His willingness to take on challenging projects reflects both his passion for acting and his commitment to entertaining audiences around the world. Ford's longevity in the industry is a testament to his resilience and professionalism. Few actors maintain such a high level of relevance across multiple generations. His continued presence in popular culture highlights the lasting impact of his work and the admiration he continues to receive from audiences of all ages. Beyond acting, Ford is known for his interest in aviation and environmental causes. He has used his public platform to support conservation efforts and raise awareness about environmental issues. These activities have further contributed to his reputation as someone who seeks to make a positive impact beyond the entertainment world. The enduring popularity of Harrison Ford reflects more than just his success as an actor. It stems from the connection audiences feel with the characters he has portrayed and the respect they have for his decades of dedication. His career serves as an example of persistence, talent, and professionalism in a highly competitive industry. In conclusion, Harrison Ford remains one of the most celebrated figures in modern cinema. His extraordinary body of work, lasting influence, and continued dedication to his craft have secured his place among the greatest actors of his generation. As fans continue to follow his career, they do so with admiration and appreciation for the countless contributions he has made to the world of entertainment.